Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
This episode is brought to you by Orgain. Orgain creatine monohydrate helps improve muscle size, strength, and power when combined with a regular exercise and weight training routine. It supports brain health, and it's certified with informed choice, so you can compete with confidence. Studies show that creatine may support brain health in vegetarians and aging individuals. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast, Kevin and Chuck. Today, we're going to talk about the ATF. Now, some of you guys probably don't know what that stands for. You get confused. There's a lot of number agencies out there. So, the Bureau, I don't know where the B comes from.
Not in there.
Not in there. Little weird. FBI stands for Bureau, right?
Right.
It's in there. ATF, no.
No.
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
And explosives. There's no E in there either. But that's the
No,
official
I'm all
name is the
confused.
Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
All right. So we have a lot to dig into. And I got to tell you,
Where are those letters? Everyone wants to know.
I kind of want to say that I really just want to talk about firearms. Can I say that?
All right, I guess that's all right.
But I kind of want to talk about explosives now. I kind of feel like maybe I missed something.
Yeah. They actually arrested a bunch of people that were in a rocketry club. But then turns out when they went to court that rocketry isn't explosives. It's not related in any way. So they arrested a bunch of people illegally.
I feel like they do a lot of things illegally.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's an oath that federal agents take.
Uh-huh.
And I actually went on their website and I confirmed. I'm like, well, what oath does an ATF agent take? You know?
Right.
And it turns out, I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. They take an oath that says, I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I feel like they're the enemy. I mean, the enemy
domestic ones?
against the Constitution.
The domestic, yeah.
Yeah, they're a domestic enemy of the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're my enemy. I don't need to do battle with them. But I'm saying the Constitution...
I mean, they're coming to our house now after this
they're
episode.
They're clearly in violation. Well, they're coming to your house because that's where we are. They're going to be like, oh, Kevin.
Uh-huh.
So, but that's the thing is like, you're in violation of your own mandate, like right out of the gate, because they didn't read the Second Amendment.
No.
Now, here's the thing. So when the ATF is listening to this episode, let me tell you, the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. No?
Yeah, no, they missed that.
They missed the infringed part?
Mm-hmm.
To limit? No?
Yeah. Well, I mean, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I feel like the tobacco and alcohol is in that one. So
didn't we just see some kind of Thomas Jefferson bumper sticker about weed and alcohol and firearms and bitches? Is the whole thing?
I don't know if that's an actual quote, but he probably said it at some point.
But you feel like, how could he not, right?
Right. He might not have written it down anywhere, but I'm sure in a private conversation
he didn't say, hey,
point,
buddy, write this shit down. So the ATF came to be in somewhere around 1972. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
All right. So,
I mean, hit and miss. It's a little bit hazy because they apparently have been around for a long time, but different names. And...
yeah, we'll call it the Shady as Fuck organization.
Right.
You know, whatever. So I don't want to give you guys misinformation. I'm all about the facts.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, Chuck, you always get to the bottom of things. You're not going to lead us astray.
Yeah.
Let's
well,
get
the
down
facts
to
are
it.
that they call Elliot Ness a legacy member of the ATF when they were founded in 1972, and Elliot Ness was long dead by that point.
Yeah, I find conflicting.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an agency built on lies. You see what
Built
I did
on
there?
lies, no
see
shit.
what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go on their website, atf.gov,
Right.
you're probably then put on a watch list.
Right.
Because who the fuck would go to that website? Exactly. I think right away, don't they ask you for your email?
Yeah, only assholes like you and me.
So let's go on. So they're like, oh, find out about, Elliot Ness and our history. And you're like, wait, he had nothing to do with you. But, Elliot Ness is the Untouchables, Kevin Costner going after Capone, right? Wasn't it Kevin Costner?
Yeah, in the movie, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, obviously in the movie.
Kevin Costner wasn't actually Elliot Ness in real life, but I mean, yeah, he played him in a movie.
Well, and
that was an excellent movie, by the way.
Really, the actor in the movie is the only thing I know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, obviously Tom Cruise or whatever, Top Gun. When that happened in real life, I assume it was Tom Cruise up there.
Right. Protecting us from
evil.
foreign enemies.
So there are a couple of things that they claim to fame. So when you go on their ATF history timeline, they try and cash in on a lot of things. They talk about like an alcohol tax was enacted in 1813, and that was to offset the debt from the Revolutionary War. Mm-hmm. And that's like, so it was popular but beneficial. Because,
it was unpopular?
Unpopular.
Yeah, they had a whole rebellion called the Whiskey Rebellion.
The Whiskey Rebellion?
Yeah. I mean, that was whole thing there.
The IRS, 1862. Now, here's where one of the things they're saying like helped really found them. The Oleomargarine Act.
Okay.
Of 1886. Because, if the government doesn't get to the bottom of fake butter, then what the fuck, right?
Yeah, what are they doing?
I mean, are you even protecting me? God. Right. So.
I thought I was putting butter on my toast and it's just colored lard? What the fuck, man?
Dude, so check this out. In 1867, a French food research chemist, they got his name, but it's French. You wouldn't fucking understand it because I don't, so I'm not even going to bother. Discovers a process for the manufacture of artificial butter. The dairy industry, fearful that oleomargarine might be substituted for butter, wait for it, without the customer's knowledge. And, I mean, we got to stop that shit. Whoa. Yeah. And I asked the old lady about this. I'm like, what do you know about this shit? She said they were required back in the day to have, like, white lard and then have a little yellow injection tube. Right. But it had to be separate, and you had to inject it after you bought it.
Okay.
So you knew, wait a minute, not butter. And these ATF agents were like kicking in the fucking door.
Right.
Like, whoa, you just spread that shit on your fucking... I think it was yellow when you opened the package.
Oh my God.
So I found it a little concerning that this is the kind of shit they're worried about.
And this is how they got warmed up. The origin of the mommy state.
It feels like, man, these guys are really like all over it, right? Mm-hmm. And they're just so worried. Like, all right, so I understand that prohibition, and we were talking about, that's really before the ATF's time. Mm-hmm. However, I do want to point out, if they're going to take credit for Elliot Ness, I feel like we can pin some of the government's wrongdoing that happened in prohibition on them. Mm-hmm. You feel like that's a legitimate argument?
Sure.
Yeah, you're willing to go there? Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm willing to say that the government poisoned alcohol so people would get sick and illegally put it into the system. Mm-hmm. And they did that. That's a fact. You can look up.
Okay. All right.
It's a thing.
Yeah, no, I've heard that before. I wasn't sure if that was a conspiracy theory or if that was real life.
Well, if I said it.
It must be true.
I was going to say it's a conspiracy theory. But because if you heard it here, I mean, come on. But yeah, no, they're fucking up shit left and right. Actually, no, I came across that and kind of did some digging when we did our moonshine episode.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know if you guys got excited about that one, but that's, a thing. All right. So we'll keep moving on. I have Prohibition in 1919, the Bureau of Prohibition, 1927, 1930. Where do we land here with your notes?
Well, all right. So finally, they do become the ATF.
1972.
1972, July 1st.
So we are jumping ahead. All right. No, I'm good. Tell me what happens in 1972.
Right. Well, they get started here, and right off the bat, they're a little crazy,
A little hanky.
Yeah. So within 10 years, the Senate formed a judiciary subcommittee to investigate all the complaints. What they said were 75% of gun prosecutions were aimed at ordinary citizens with no criminal intent. That's what this subcommittee found.
70%? I feel like that's a pretty high number.
75%.
75? I thought
right.
you said 70.
So that means only 25% of the arrests
were legitimate.
Were actually people breaking the law.
And they were probably framed anyway. I mean, they probably bought it. You know what? They were probably found with machine guns stolen from ATF agents.
Right, because that happens.
Because that happens. You think it doesn't happen.
But it does happen.
But it does.
Right.
All right.
So all right. They also said, ATF, this is a quote, ATF agents tended to concentrate upon collector's items rather than criminal street guns. So they're really just after people that have guns, not criminals with guns.
Well, I've talked to police
because,
in the past.
Criminals with guns actually shoot back at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And cops are like, I like to pull over the guy who's like speeding a little bit, but looks like a nice family man, because I know I'm not going to get shot.
Right, it's a minivan.
I'm not going to get shot.
You're not going to get shot pulling that car over. Right.
I see what he did there.
All
they
right.
run the plate quick. Wait, he doesn't have a concealed carry. That guy.
Good. Fuck this guy. Yep. All right, they also said, based upon these hearings, it is apparent that ATF enforcement tactics made possible by current federal firearms laws are constitutionally, legally, and practically reprehensible. That's the U.S. Senate saying this about the ATF.
I also find the ATF reprehensible.
Mm-hmm. Now, they in response to this, they passed the Firearm Owners Protection Act in 1986. Okay. So that put an end to all their nonsense, right?
Oh, so there was no more problems?
No more problems until 4 years later.
Unless you're at Ruby Ridge?
Yeah, if you're at Ruby Ridge, you might have an ATF informant ask you to saw off a shotgun. Hey, could you
do me a favor and cut this shotgun down to size?
Uh-huh. And so they arrested him right after. They asked him to become an informant. And he said no. So they realized right then they had to fuck that guy.
You're working against us, motherfucker. I see what you're doing here.
Oh, you're not going to do what we tell you? Because you have to think about the government this way, or at least I think about the government this way.
Kevin,
they don't have any real law.
No.
They don't have any reason to coerce you to do anything. So what they do is pass millions of laws so that everybody's a criminal.
Yes.
So that way they can offer to not prosecute you if you do what they tell you to.
Yes.
So the more laws there are, the more the government can control what you do. Just keep that in mind next time. They're passing bullshit laws.
When it's 1,000 pages and they're like, we have to pass it so we can find out what's in there because it's too much. For
is there ever
to read?
Is there ever a reason that a cop can't pull you over?
No.
Because every time, I drive a lot late at night for work.
Yes.
And I get pulled over all the time just so they can see if I'm drunk.
Yeah, but you look a little shifty.
I do look a little shifty, but maybe if I'm driving the speed limit
they should leave
and my lights aren't fucked up and there's nothing wrong with my car.
Damn those light bulbs.
They should just let me be. But they gotta check. It's the end of the month. They got a quota. Gotta check.
Man, if I could bag just one more DUI.
That's
sweet.
Right. So, all right. So, what they did with Randy Weaver is they passed on false information about him to the U.S. Marshals and to the FBI, saying that he had explosive booby traps on his property, tunnels and bunkers on his property, that he was growing marijuana on his property, and he was a bank robber. All of these things were not true. So, the U.S. Marshals went up to raid his house, or they were going to do a reconnaissance mission. And they ended up shooting his kid and his dog on this reconnaissance mission.
And if you watch the movie, and if you read all the kind of accounts, they weren't wearing, like, shit that said FBI
there was no, yeah, it was just black.
They were all in, like, ski masks and the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming up on the guy's property, fucking sneaking through the woods on private property.
Right.
Unannounced.
And
the
dog
kid's
starts
like,
barking
the
at him.
And they shoot the dog.
Uh-huh.
And then the kid's like, fuck you. You just shot my dog and you're wearing a mask. You must be a criminal.
Right.
You obviously have ill intent.
Right. So
and
the kid shot the marshal. Right.
And then they're like, oh, they're shooting at us. What are we going to do?
And they just opened up on their asses.
Fucking clowns.
Mm-hmm. Now, the U.S. Marshals do what the U.S. Marshals do. But they only did that because they had all this false information that the
these guys
ATF
are really
told them
dangerous.
About. Right.
Now, they also, I have to point out, the Alcoholic Beverage Labeling Act. You're still on Ruby Ridge?
No, we can go on. I mean, just want to point out that later on they also shot his wife in the head. Don't want to leave that one out.
No?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Never actually shot Randy Weaver. He actually was arrested, went to court, and found innocent. Right. He didn't do anything wrong. Neither did his wife or his kid. I mean, or his dog. But,
or his dog.
But,
it's just a dog.
Right. It's just a dog.
That's fucked up, Kevin. I tried to trick you there, and you just walked
the cops, when they raid your house, they always shoot your dog. Just to prove a point that they're serious.
I'm not fucking around. Look at me. I just shot your dog.
You shoot my fucking dog. Ooh, you're going to be in deep shit. I'm gonna let you arrest me. But I'm going to catch up. We're going to catch up later.
Maybe I'll come to your house. Maybe there's something that you love.
Maybe there's something you love that I'll shoot. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's fucked up, Kevin. Sounds like you're saying some dangerous things. You're probably on a watch list.
I've been on a watch list at least for 2 years since we started this show.
Since we started this?
I look up all sorts of stuff on the internet, and I know they're watching me.
Yeah, I was actually just listening to an audiobook, and they were talking about how you got on, like, the government's, like, send this motherfucker to a camp list. Mm-hmm. And again, it's a fiction novel, whatever.
Right.
So don't get all panicked.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, if they have one or more firearms that they've purchased. I'm like, all right. Check. And they were like, or if they belong to Facebook groups that might be a little, pro whatever.
Yeah, you
check.
Formed a Facebook group.
If they're Christian, check. If they're conservative, check. And they were like, if you have two or more. And I'm like, two or more? Yeah, and I'm like, we're fucked.
Yeah. No, I know there was an issue with people that were obsessed with the Constitution of the United States being possible domestic terrorists. That wasn't a veteran.
Veteran was on there.
Yeah.
Check.
That wasn't a fiction book, though, the part about being interested in the Constitution of the United States.
Well, remember that ridiculous...
That might mean you're a domestic terrorist.
Yeah. That was Homeland Security issued a warning, and they sent it around to all the local police stations. And it was, if they're veterans, pro-America, conservative, they're probably, need to be on a watch list.
Be on the list, yep.
And I'm like, well, fuck. That was when I was like, all right, we're making a podcast.
That was right after Timothy McVeigh did the bombing that I think they sent that around.
We're just all in now. Because, whatever. Who are you going to fucking be? You either stand up and be a man or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there were a bunch of people who did want to cling to their religion and guns out in Texas.
Yes, sir.
You had some notes on that?
No, I don't have anything at that, but I remember that.
All right, so
that comment.
I think it was in Waco. Isn't that famous for Fixer Upper?
Yeah,
Isn't that where Chip and JoJo
are? That is, and they have cheap houses down there, man. I don't know where they're getting them, but
they used to have cheap houses.
Not anymore.
till Chip and JoJo showed up, ruined the whole neighborhood.
Fixed the whole damn town.
Fixed the whole place, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want to be neighbors with Chip and JoJo."
But something else did happen in Waco.
All right, what happened in Waco?
1993. This is 3 years after Ruby Ridge, so they managed to go 3 years without a major incident.
Okay, 3 years. So that's something.
The ATF conducted a raid on Mount Carmel, and now the ATF director, Steve Hagan, promised the Treasury Undersecretary for Enforcement, Ron Noble, that the raid would not be conducted if they lost the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So they found out the day before that the guys at Waco knew that they were coming to serve this warrant.
Do you know how they knew they were coming?
Yeah, they had an informant in there.
Well, it was even better. So one of the guys who was this informant goes to check it out, and he gets lost, and he can't find the location of the compound.
Mm-hmm.
So he stops the mailman and is like, "Hey, I'm looking for like a bunch of psychos with guns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from the government. Here's my badge.
Right.
Look at me. Do you know where I'd find this David Koresh and his group?"
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, yeah, no problem. They're right up there."
Mm-hmm.
The guy was a member.
Oh, no shit.
The mailman.
Mm-hmm.
This information, I think, is available on the ATF website.
Okay. See, I didn't see that
"Oh."
story. Yeah.
So they had all kinds of... But here's the thing. So the information that led, it wasn't because like somebody's like, "Oh, I'm being held in some kind of weird sex cult," or I feel like I'm being threatened and I can't get out of this secret cult. Nobody came to the government and said that.
Right.
That didn't happen. Nobody was like, "This guy's crazy, he's bothering me." No. They were like, "We think they may have purchased," wait for it, according to the ATF's website, "lots of guns and thousands of rounds." Hello? Is that in the Constitution? Are we allowed to own guns?
Yeah, certainly.
And thousands of rounds?
Certainly.
I mean,
but they're upholding the Constitution, Chuck.
shoot 1,000 rounds in like a weekend.
Yeah.
I can shoot 1,000 rounds in about 2 hours. But, hey, that's just me. And they're all like, "Oh." Now, later when you read into it, they're like, "Oh, well, we do think they had some machine guns." And as far as I could tell, they say, I don't even know, I wasn't there to verify it. Nobody brought me in as like the people's witness, which I feel like maybe they should in the future. Like, "Hey, Chuck, look, if you stand here and vouch for us, then, then it'll all go good. You guys, ATF, you're listening. You might want to make note on that. I'll give you a little credibility."
Right.
But I do have pretty
Chuck.
high fees.
Go on the crazy Facebook page.
I may have, if you hook me up with some machine guns and things like that, we might be able to work out a deal. Right. Now I'd need some kind of cards and documentation.
Right.
I understand you guys like stickers and patches and stamps. Stamps are fun, like scratch and sniff, whatever,
right.
with your silencers. So apparently supposedly, they might have converted some of the guns to be fully automatic, and they may have manufactured or purchased illegal silencers.
Yeah. Well,
now, they could have just been oil filters that they had laying around, and they were like, "See, it's a silencer. Look, it threads right on. If I dump all the oil out of the car and take this filter and bring it over to the gun and twist it on,
right,
it could be used." That's a possibility.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and see the ATF agent getting shot with a machine gun, though. So, yeah, I mean, there is that. There is that.
I'm not saying at the end.
I'm not saying
like
that
six.
Yeah, I'm not saying that guns. They should have just left these people completely alone. Well, I am saying that they should have just left them alone.
Fuck it. Wait. Wherein shall not be infringed does it say I can't own a machine gun?
All I'm saying is...
And you're saying, "Oh, well, they update the Constitution and do new things all the time with new laws." Well, okay, new laws. Show me where you amended it and allowed that they could stop allowing you to own machine guns.
Yeah, it's not in the Constitution.
Which amendment was that? Oh, because it ain't fucking in there.
That's right. That's right.
It makes my blood pressure.
All
go
I'm
up.
saying
starting
is
to get a little migraine. You know.
Yeah. I know you get wound up. You get the vein
Blood
starts
pressure,
popping out on the side of your
face
head.
is all red.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Chuck's
all I'm
gonna have
saying
a
is
stroke
David
by the end of
Koresh.
the episode.
David Koresh went for a jog through town every morning.
Okay.
They could have just pulled over on the side of the road and said,
like,
"Hey, dude,
you got
we got to
full
talk."
auto, dude.
Yeah. But they didn't do that.
No.
They decided that even though they knew they were coming, they were going to bring the press with them and go up there and just kick in the door. Now, what happened? 4 ATF agents were shot and killed. 6 Branch Davidians were shot and killed. That's the first day.
Day 1.
Then they had a 51-day standoff. Do you remember this? I remember watching this
time.
shit on the news all day. It went on for 2 months. And ultimately, 76 people were killed, and 20 of them were little kids.
Oh, that's kind.
Good job, ATF.
Yeah, but you know, Kevin, if one law enforcement officer dies, isn't it worth just sacrificing gun owners?
76 people.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
You know, because, I mean, higher standard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have more serious penalties when you go after law enforcement because they would never violate the law. They're above reproach.
Above. Yeah, but that's right. They're law enforcement. They promised to protect the Constitution, dude.
Oath keepers, if you will.
Yep. You would think.
All right, because they took an oath.
Mm-hmm. From all enemies, domestic and foreign. Who? I want to know, who are the domestic enemies of the Constitution in this situation?
You're courting danger right now.
Because I don't feel like David Koresh was trying to overthrow the Constitution of the United States.
No.
I don't think he did anything at all in violation of the Constitution of the United States.
No.
But there was an agency that did. The ones that took an oath not to do that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
I think you are.
Let's get up to 2001. This is the next major incident, the James Beck shootout. Ended up in the death of Deputy Sheriff Jake Kurgian and James Beck. Now, what happened was the ATF was watching this dude's house. And he tried to become a police officer. They didn't let him because he was a fucking crazy person.
There is
Nut
that
job.
sometimes.
Right. So the ATF was watching his house. They told the police that they should go in there and check on this guy because he might have had an illegal firearm.
Might have.
They knew that he had, again, thousands of rounds of ammunition. Also knew that he had at least semi-automatic and probably automatic weapons.
Probably.
They didn't tell the sheriff's deputy this. That's why he got shot, because he went up and knocked on this dude's door, and the guy's like, I ain't coming out. So, ultimately, the FBI managed to light his house on fire.
Yeah.
Not the FBI, I'm sorry, the SWAT team. Managed to light his house on fire with a tear gas. The neighbor's house is on fire. The SWAT team fired more than 555 rounds of ammunition into his house and both his neighbors' houses. Because I feel like, I mean, if you can't hit a house, what do they say about you can't hit the side of a barn? If you can't even hit the fucking house you're shooting at, maybe you need a little bit more firearms training. But that's beside the point. Because one of the houses got over 100 rounds shot into the house, and it was a couple and their newborn infant, and they had to hide in the bathtub in their bathroom to not get killed. Then there were 30 rounds went into the other neighbor's house.
Sure.
Both of those houses were also caught on fire.
Who hasn't seen that play out?
Right. So it was like straight, heavy metal death clock shit going on there. The guy fired back thousands of rounds of ammunition at the officers. Ultimately, his house burned and collapsed on top of him. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors said that the ATF had failed to prepare for a violent response and did not properly warn the county sheriff department of the risks, including Beck's stockpile of weapons. So they didn't tell the sheriff's department that what they were walking into. The couple with the newborn baby, who had 100 rounds shot into their house, ended up getting $200,000
I like
payment.
cash.
The guy
that was actually paid for by you and me.
Yeah, that was us. We did that. Along with the $1.25 billion we give to the ATF every year. That's a lot.
To work against the Constitution.
If you do the math on that, that's a portion of your paycheck that you're giving to them, you know? That's a
painful
legitimate
portion.
amount of money.
Why would you have an organization that just runs around and is like, oh, I think you might have cigarettes without a little sticker on the bottom.
Right.
Hello.
But they also carry machine guns when they do that, so.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta be important. The house that had
those
30
fun
rounds
ball caps
fired
and
into
look
it.
over fences.
Yes, sir. They're watching you.
Yep.
They're watching you. That was the other house was $32,500 he got that we paid for. So just a heads up. Maybe they're spending your money unwisely. I don't know, but
maybe
they seem
they're
to be
using their money to buy back guns from law-abiding citizens.
Well, that's good though. I mean, less guns on the street, right?
Well, wait, and then we'll store them in this janitor closet I have right here.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the nudie bar across the street.
Uh-huh.
And then when
Following
we came
the
back,
logic?
what the fuck? Where'd all the guns go?
Yeah.
Oh, and I left my machine gun right fucking there. Damn it.
Damn it.
They're
So
all
now
gone.
the people that own the guns legally don't
they're
own
gone.
them anymore.
They're gone.
Who owns the guns that were stolen?
Well, it must be criminals.
Oh, shit.
So that might not be the way to actually enforce.
Right, you're not really
public
helping
safety.
things. Right.
You're not, and they're like, oh yeah, well that happened, but, and I don't know about the nudie bar part.
Yeah.
They just walked away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were at the nudie bar. It could have been a gay club.
Yeah, and it took them a long time to figure out even what happened to the guns. Like 5 years.
Well, that's why we get into Project Gunrunner and Fast and Furious.
All right, moving right along.
Because they're
Now, just so we're clear, they still didn't get those guns back, did they? They're still missing.
No, they're still missing.
Okay, all right.
Project Gunrunner, they're like, guns go missing all the fucking time.
Right.
We should figure out where the fuck they're going.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, under Bush, the ATF was like, well, let's come up with this Project Gunrunner, and what we'll do is we'll put tracking devices in the guns.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll follow
the
they
guns.
Go.
All right.
Now, we're not going to, go get them after they show up somewhere. We'll just watch them.
Okay.
See how many bad things happen with a gun.
Right.
And we'll tell everybody, hey, even if people don't have the proper documentation, just sell them a fucking gun. Be like, hey, I have this one that has tracking and fancy. It's got,
I don't think they're telling them about that.
They didn't tell them about that?
No, but...
All right, but whatever. People were buying guns. This one's on sale.
Now, were these
$100 off?
Ooh, bargain guns.
Bargain gun. So then they're running across the border. And then Obama's like, wait, I heard Bush did this awesome fucking thing where he's sending guns all over. I have friends in Mexico. I would love to give some guns. I heard about the $100 off coupon.
Right.
For, hey, I don't have ID, but I have a $100 off coupon.
Now, can I still get one of these tracking device guns with $100 off?
I think so.
All right, maybe I need to look into this.
Yeah, I think
maybe I can go.
ATF,
yeah, I go to their website.
Send
them an email.
Say, hey, I heard you guys have some discount, possibly with full auto.
Uh-huh.
Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
And see what they do for you.
Yeah, I mean, let's find out about the bargain prices before we
Kevin
scoff
has
at it.
a theory that Obama, it's possible, didn't even have a clue what was going on.
It's possible that Bush didn't have a clue what was going on.
I'm willing to accept both those as legitimate answers.
Right. Somebody, who did know what was going on?
What was going on?
The fucking ATF.
The fucking ATF. They were in charge. They had fucking Elliot Ness out there wearing one of those fucking ball caps.
Right.
And he's like, hey, we're going to get to the bottom of this shit. I'm
right. They thawed his head out from being cryogenically frozen.
Yes.
Put it on a robot body, and he was in charge of the whole operation.
Yes, I feel like that's accurate. Now, I think what we learn about all this is that when you go on like Brownell's website and they're like, oh, you can buy this sear pin from us because it's legal for you to buy it. Maybe. I don't know. but don't put it in your gun. Or if you go on Amazon and you buy that fuel filter or, oil filter.
Wait, Chuck, are you telling me that I can make a silencer out of an oil filter that I can just buy at AutoZone?
Over the shelf with a Napa part number? Like, you might walk in Napa and be like, yeah, could I get a 4003 oil filter? And, that might not have the right thread thing. You'd have to go on Amazon and get the right thread count. But, you walk in and buy that, you could be court in danger. You're putting yourself on a list.
Right.
Where the ATF's like, whoa, that might not be for his car. And
it might be.
That could have been what David Koresh had. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He could have had like a bunch of oil filters on the shelf, like the guy's fanatical about changing his oil.
Right.
He's like, hey, every freaking month, I do it. 3,000 miles, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Because it's Texas. You got to drive a long way to get anywhere.
Yeah. Nothing's close.
Texas is huge.
Yeah.
You never heard everything's bigger in Texas? Mm-hmm. Right. So you're like, I'm going to go to AutoZone, 1,000 miles.
Yep. There and back, you're in trouble.
Couple of filters. You got to buy those things in bulk. Mm-hmm. And then the ATF's like, whoa, friend. Hey. Now, I don't know. So, now, is it possible, Kevin, for someone to become an ATF agent and not be a jerk?
I think so. I think there are probably plenty of ATF agents that are decent guys.
Now, what if you were the guy out there who was like, you know what, I'm going to join the ATF. I get to have cool guns. Mm-hmm. I get tactical gear paid for by the government.
I like that, tactical.
And not only that, when we show up on some little old lady waiting to change her oil filter,
shoot her ass.
I could be like, hey, friends, maybe she's just going to put that in her car. And you could be like the voice of reason. Mm-hmm. Is that guy possibly out there? Possibly. Right.
The person that I would worry about is Regina Lombardo.
Oh, tell me about
Regina.
Regina.
Deputy director.
All right.
So,
is she listening to this podcast right now?
Man, I don't know anymore. Somebody came by the other day and asked me if this was the room where all the hidden microphones are. And I said, they don't even need one. I've got a microphone right here.
I have my own microphone.
Yeah, it's already plugged in and turned on. We're ready to go.
No. Oh, no.
So, yeah, all they got to do is listen to our podcast and know that they could probably kick our door in and shoot our dogs. Mm-hmm.
But then after the whole family's dead, the dogs are dead, they're going to be like, shit, everything was legal.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Because that's awkward and embarrassing. It's a little uncomfortable.
It is. And as you can see, over the past 30 years, 40 years, it's happened a couple of times.
Does their track record really say?
Mm-hmm. A few years ago, they went to a gun show in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Took down all the license plates of people that were buying firearms.
Yes.
Went house to house, and if you wouldn't or couldn't show them your paperwork, jail.
Lock those
jail.
Motherfuckers
Lock them up.
Because they were probably criminals anyway.
Probably. They legally bought a firearm. Prison. Let's go. Let's go shoot some dogs.
Shall not be. I feel like if you tax me for something, that's infringing.
Right.
You're limiting my right to own because I have to pay a tax to own it.
Right.
I feel like we're courting danger here. And I just think if you are the ATF agent...
Yeah. We're just 2 activist judges away from losing all our rights for firearms.
We were going to lose our rights anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's coming.
They're coming for your shotgun.
Stock up right now. Stock up. Don't. You didn't hear that from me.
Whoa.
If you've got 2 guns and 1,000 rounds of ammunition, that's considered a stockpile, according to the newspaper that I was reading this morning. But whatever. Potato, whatever.
Exactly. So that's what we have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
We did have one of our listeners out there bump his Patreon up to $10 a month.
Woohoo!
That's pretty sweet.
Nice, yeah. Nice.
That's nice when you show us a little appreciation. You're like, you know what? not only do I want to contribute and ensure the Survival and Basic Badass podcast stays on the air, but I want to take it to the next level. Now, that kind of badass commitment, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
And,
yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I mean, that's what keeps us going here.
That's why we're willing to put our life on the line.
Right.
I mean, Kevin just put his whole family in danger right now.
And my dogs.
And his dogs.
God knows what's going to happen to them now.
I mean, somebody's going to have to take care of the cats after Kevin and the dogs.
They never shoot the goddamn cats. I mean, if you wanted to come to my house and shoot my cats, I wouldn't even say nothing.
He'd be like, dude, you're good, man. Don't even worry about it.
You just saved me 28 cents in ammunition.
There you go. So, whatever. Patreon, you guys want to look out for us?
Yep. And you'll note, we don't have 15 minutes of commercials in the beginning of our episode. And we don't even put commercials in the middle of our episode.
No.
Like
every
like
once in a
certain
while, we'll
people,
hit you
Ben
up for
Shapiro.
Tac Pack. But when we hit you up for Tac Pack, aren't we really doing you a favor?
That's right. We're doing a service.
It's a service, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's
it. Kevin likes emails?
Yeah, if you want to email us at preppingbadass@gmail.com, I get your emails. I respond to your email. I even talk about them on the podcast sometimes.
There's a lot of exciting stuff coming on in the email.
If you are going to send us an email and you don't want me to mention the email on the show, just jot that down there. Never use last names,
Yeah,
though.
we just use first names.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you don't want the ATF knocking on your door.
Right.
You probably love your dog.
Right. Right. Yep. All right.
So with that, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
The Survival and Basic Badass podcast is a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.